Guys, what are we looking at? Oh, and girls. Girl. There's probably a couple. We're going to look at Vanilla Black Note Stout, the 2019. It's a vanilla stout aged in bourbon barrels, and it is from Bell's, and it weighs in at 11.3%. Best before? Who cares? Best when I get to it. I'm going to open it up with the AK-47. Or a little something I call the El Tenda opener. I'm going to put it in this glass that I got from Stephen Bush. Oh yeah, look at that darkness of awesomeness. I suppose we'll give it the old light test, starting off with the in gym mode, Firefly. So that's Firefly, low, medium, high, and turbo. And yeah, it's on. It's got that. Almost looks like very used motor oil. Smells like vanilla and cream. Maybe a little bit of oakiness. It's not on the nose. It's not exactly really action-packed, but could be me. Cheers. Definitely vanilla. Reminds me a little bit of the, what is that, the 2015 on the Bent Paddle Double Black. There was one when they first went to the Madagascar vanilla bean and blah blah blah, and it really had a nice vanilla. It was a nice little coffee kick towards the end. So I received a shirt in the mail today. Kill himself, Epstein did not. That's funny. Let's intermingle. Let's see, a few people, see, oh, Sonoran Desert Prepper, Sonoran Desert Prepper says the fish knife is beautiful. Let's trade. Well, I guess I'd have to see if I could. I'd have to sweeten the pot for Sharky. Seeing how I sort of said if he could get over here. Of course, I've been sitting on a painting now for a couple of years. So. I am impressed that some people actually really like the thing. But okay, so flask number 32. First was Frontline. And Frontline says, Intro Babe, yes. Brew Babe, yum. Coleman 75. Mitchellers, isn't my favorite. Try Woodford Double Oak. I'd send you some, but it doesn't really last all that long here. Cheers. No, I understand. I fully understand. I was celebrating today because it was a day that ended in Y with a little bit of Ardbeg. Sorry. Smile Money says top 10. Mr. 27. Can we get 200 comments on the Brew Bomi video? No. Roll call burnout. I made roll call. Mr. 27. Holy fake brew boobs. Brew Bomi. Jorn. Bernie Sanders are not taking your weapons away, buddy. But hopefully that Donald t-shirt, blah, blah, is pissed on and Putin in the bin. Whatever the bin is. Must be garbage over there. Where it belongs all over America. Again, I don't feel that I personally need to come to the defense of the Donald. But again, Jorn, I've asked this question of you. If you were here and were watching what was going on, first of all, I hope they run Bernie Sanders, a true socialist. I mean, yeah, Jordan, answer your question. As far as it goes, as long as there's true patriots in this country, it has the potential to go really bad. It's called a revolution, and there will be no handing over the firearms. But again, I always ask this question: if it was up to you, I mean, is the ultimate thing that you hate Donald Trump so badly, even though he's not your president? Is it because you would be a Bernie Sanders supporter? That's a question. I don't know the answer to it, because most people that aren't here in the United States and understand what socialism truly is, and Bernie is not afraid, even though he doesn't live the life of a he lives the life of a socialist dictator and ruler. I mean, do what I say, but not as I do scenario. But you never say, up against. I mean, this is the closest I've ever seen for you saying up against the people that are in the running. Bernie, is Bernie your guy? Bernie's going around promising everybody everything. It can't fucking happen. It's like walking into a room and promising everybody in there exactly what they want. Now, please explain to me where you get the funding to make all that happen. Because what Bernie has proposed would financially sink America in just a few months of his term. I mean, it wouldn't even be close. Gunwild, top 10 bitches. Poco Local did have a sub-comment. I'd be amiss if I didn't read it. It must suck to have to sit down to pee and spend your time being triggered because another country's politics. Yeah, that's pretty much what all his videos are. Jorn, laugh out loud. Woman is good to have there, but when you drink, fuck off, laugh out loud. I'm not even totally sure. I'm good with fucking off, though. I like to fuck off. I'd like to fuck off for 9 hours plus and get paid for it. David Brown, howdy all. David. J-Dog, here at work. Ripco Burnout, I'm saving up for an F-15 because that's what Biden says I'll need to defend myself when he comes for me. That's cool. Cobra again, just because this touches on what I was talking about yesterday, and a great video idea that came to me. The M500 12-gauge shotgun was the weapon I was armed with when I drove convoy. Yes, insert the chair force jokes here. Laugh out loud. Anyway, the point is the government will come for your shotguns next. They are apparently weapons of war. No, that's exactly. I mean, it's called incrementalism. Smile money. I don't know, I looked that up to see if it's right next to Botan. The fact is, I know I've had differences with some people that I couldn't respect more and consider part of my family. But that's exactly why I have stayed fast on everything. We don't turn in a fucking trigger. We don't turn in a stock, that slides back and forth. We don't turn in anything. As a matter of fact, I want fucking full autos. I want the government to go fuck themselves. Our founding fathers made it quite clear. And an ounce of compromise is not acceptable to me, and it shouldn't be acceptable to anybody. I don't care if it's stupid or not. Seriously. It was on the grounds of principle that I feel the way that I do without even bringing up any particular item. Because of course I wouldn't have any of those. Because I respect my government and their unlawful, unconstitutional authority. I still think it would be great to bring our founding fathers back and, you know, let them catch up just a little bit of what's gone down. Well, I received this shirt. I like this shirt. I received the original light bowl. 8 colors in one device. Fits any toilet. Make your life colorful every day. I got 3 of them. Fit to toilet. Adjust the length of the arm for the right size. Install. Insert the batteries. Looks like it takes AAAs. I'll have to see if I have any. Oh, what's this? Look like a Duracell package but it's false alarm. It was just sandpaper. So you basically do that, and the main unit here hangs outside of the tub. It has a motion sensor. Turn out the lights. A light bowl only works in the dark. When it detects movement, it turns on and stays on for 2 minutes after the last movement. The lights are on. The light bowl will stay off, saving the battery when you need them the most. Note, your light bowl will work best if the sensor is facing the door. Some locations. Yeah, okay. Set the color or let them rotate. Set the button to the out position to cycle the colors. Press the button in to set a single color. How to clean. Lick off the sensor in the bowl. Okay, so I got 3 of these. Someone sent me three of these. That's optimistic, since how I have only 1 toilet in the house, which does kind of go back to the original problem. Hopefully I have some AA's upstairs. I think I do. Unfortunately, I don't have any AA's down here, so we can properly demonstrate the light bowl. I know you're dying to see it work. And last but not least, I knew this was coming. This is another Mantis X10 Elite. I happen to have an X10 Elite sitting right here. I think this is the X10 Elite. No. Wow, look. It's David Brown's package. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Oh, this might be a newer one. they just told me that they wanted to send me a new one to review, and I was like, okay. I have the original one, which I thought I would maybe. I know you guys are, it's not really fair to get hosed over here because you're the good guys versus over at the Ebomi channel. The good news is the older generation, which you can still buy. Actually, I don't know if it still does or not, but it came in a little Pelican case, which I thought was pretty cool. But I'm gonna give it a thorough review, and I'm probably gonna end up doing some kind of a giveaway, because I don't need 3 of them. I don't know if there's a difference between the X10 and the X10 Elite, or if that was because this one, the original X10 that they sent me was like right after it came out, so I'll have to figure it out. Mr. 27, play on the intro guitar tune, Brew Bomi. Pogo Loco, China is 1984, USA is a brave new world, but quickly becoming the animal farm. John Solar, yes, we talked about it. I said Tab was diet only. Moxie is the nectar of the gods. No, it's not. Moxie is fucking disgusting. Just like I told Joey. Anybody that's had it, if you fell in love with it, you're a special kind of person. Congratulations. Otherwise, if you're wondering what this fucking Moxie soda pop, whatever the hell it's called, wherever you are, the best I could come up with as to what to expect when you try Moxie is take a 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola and dump in a half of a tin of Copenhagen. That's exactly what Moxie tastes like. John sent us some years ago, and I popped it open and split one with Christine, and my fucking mouth went numb. Just like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, it's really good. It is the nectar of the gods. The gods are evil, vile people. JR10, I wanted to thank you for the continued support on the fuck bell warning system. Life is much better now with the fast forward button. JR10, it makes sense that peroxide doesn't have any taste to speak of. It is just water with extra oxygen molecules, H2O2. This also can be said for heavy water. Heavy water is the same chemical formula as any other water, H2O, with the exception that one or both of the hydrogen atoms are deuterium isotopes. And yet, all this science, and you didn't say if you thought it was a good thing for making sure or trying to kill any kind of infection I might have gotten when I bit the entire inside of my cheek off. And I'm like, and now it just kind of looks like nasty. I mean, originally I was told give salt, salt water, and gargle with that. And then someone else said to try the hydrogen peroxide, which I did. And then yet a friend of mine that I know that I was working with the last few days, he said you should do the salt gargle, then the hydrogen peroxide, literally back to back. And then he said that he actually had some antiseptic mouthwash that is a prescribed thing, and he was going to, I'll see if he remembers or not, he was going to grab a container of that and bring some for me. Stephen Hobson Lead, well, it's lunchtime. 3 eggs scrambled with 2 capfuls of the, I'm guessing the original Satan sauce. Wow. Many different pepper flavors. are amazing, and the heat doesn't extend down my throat. Insert gay comment here. Well, I know that Steven got his. I know that Joey got his, and I know that Agent Chaos got his, and I believe my buddy Tony hooked you guys all up. Not only did you get the original Satan sauce, the tropical, the suicide, and the hot chocolate, but he also put the mango and a container of the mustard. And Tony, I don't know if you follow me over here all the time. Thank you for putting the mustard in a fucking jar. The original one that he sent me is in the Satan sauce bottle, and it's like, nope. It's, but I ordered yeah, I wasn't kidding, Steve. As of right now, I believe I've gone through, actually, now that I started thinking about it, I've gone through a bare minimum, without getting dramatic, I've gone through a bare minimum of 10 bottles of the Satan sauce. The only one that I haven't doubled up on is the suicide. I think it's great because it's basically just a turbocharged version of the original, but I like the flavors. I go at it for the flavors. If I literally get at best 6 breakfast meals out of one bottle, because I will completely cover an omelet or my eggs, or like eggs Benedict or whatever, completely cover them with, I mean, it's just like, yeah, So I think it's awesome that Tony made sure that I believe everybody got the mango plus the mustard in their snack pack. Yet it's not, he doesn't have it advertised as that. And then I also had a couple of bottles, and I'm not sure on the delivery date. Maybe today, if not tomorrow, for a couple of you. I know I told Jim that I thought he'd really like the mustard, so I sent some to him, and I also sent some mustard to Stalker Steve. I'm not sure, maybe also a snack pack or whatever. But and then again, I stocked up, and I noticed that he did the same thing. He sent me everything, but I noticed that the mustard is actually in a jar now, which is a good thing because it's pretty thick. McLean 5179, Eric, it's going to be your best Valentine's Day ever, so start stretching now and grab your helmet. It's going to get weird. Wade, Tab was big in the early 70s. My mom loved that crap. Definitely an acquired taste. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm remembering Diet Coke or Tab, but I'm pretty sure it was the Tab. Hobson Lead, single action shots for Mr. Holster. Yeah, I would, no. Thanks though. Wade, I've known about slam fires for years. Bud K even sold a kit to make your own, and he gave me a link. There it is, the Runaway Subcal. Weaver rail fits sights not included, and this one is as hardcore. I mean, this literally looks like the last time I ran. It almost looks like a manifold. It's made up of it's made up of some look like some 22.5 degree bends, and then a 90, and then just a piece of pipe and a cap to make the stock. Yeah, the one that I carry one made is definitely, yeah, that's, but what was it though? It's really cheap though. $126 for the whole shit and caboodle. NIHAP. Next time say 1600 Draft Dodger. I don't know what I was talking about. So, Joey Cuz, those slamfire shotguns are probably more versatile than you think. Not only would you be able to shoot shotgun shells out of it, but if you get one of those pistol cartridge adapters that they sell for regular shotguns, you'd probably put one of those in there and shoot 9mm, 22 long rifle, so on and so on. Well, see, this is one thing I was like, you know, keeping under consideration. What did I do with you? What did I do with you? I have I have a couple of Mossberg barrels. So I mean, I can chop, saw, port band, grinder. I can do whatever to remove certain parts like that. I could cut this thing all off of here and turn this into the well, it's already a barrel, so it's not like I'm really turning it into a barrel. But I could use possibly use something like this, which is kind of cool because then you have the choke set up in it. So I don't know. That's the next question. I don't know anything about this shit, Joey. Since you're so fucking smart, you know, what are the possibilities of using an existing using an existing shotgun barrel just to get you going? It's one less thing that I'd have to get. It doesn't really matter that it has the ribbing on it, because at some point in time I'd like to, you know, just put like a, you know, a red dot or just a set of flip up sights on it. So, you know what I'm saying, man? Oh yeah, I mean, shit, you could definitely just, probably, in order to make something like this work, though, I'd probably have to, you know, go back to, like, right here and take the ribbing off. Just a food for thought thing, kids. If anybody's got some thoughts, maybe that's just overdoing it, and it would just be cheaper just to, you know, buy a piece of pipe. NPT, National Pipe Thread. Crazy Scotsman whiskey, you jerk off. I'm just kidding. Crazy man, you crazy man, you. Oh, I'm kind of savoring that. You know, you're more into the let's just do a shot thing. Come on, Eric, do a shot. Dance, puppet. Yeah, see, I don't know if I still got the JR10. There's a wee bit still in there. Oh, that was really good though. So, this one is a Crazy Scotsman instigated Jim Beam from like 3,000 years ago. See, if I was to empty that out, that's just another flask to send to NIHAP. It's a bigger flask though, which, you know, we'd incur it. Maybe put a little annotation on the flask. The bigger flask is for the better stuff. I know that is very open-ended though, because as it stands right now, some of my best stuff has been expensive and some of my best stuff has been dirt cheap. So how the hell is he gonna know what to put in there? Oh. I don't even know what I'd I don't even know how I'd even rate that if that would have been one of the ones that NIHAP would have sent. It just has a holy hell of fire and flavors packed in there. But then it just kind of fades away into time. It tastes like a train. DFC checking in. Been busy making Cleveland hot waffles. Way too much information there. My hollowless point. You never registered for the draft. Au contraire, motherfucker. Fill out the card and drop it off at the post office? I certainly fucking did. Yeah, I checked. Evidently not. But you want to go down in a ring of brass. You know, who the fuck... Well, let's just go off of... I didn't. I skipped over to Canada, you cock rag. What? How does that... How does one of those have anything to do with the other? It doesn't. Because you are...
That's such fake news.
Jesus, go change your fucking diaper, old man. Mike. Hello, Christine. I'd yell. She'd probably hear, but we don't want to encourage her to come down, just in case we have a basement pop. Gillian, 2-3 swallows, I would have the flask empty. Oh, I'm sure. Mike again. I have that diamond AR sights. I like the ghost ring sights better. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't know if I actually have a true ghost ring setup on an AR, unless you're just talking about traditional sights. Now, the ghost ring setup that I have on the red AK-47, love that. Love that. Maybe anybody would like it, but when your eyes start to become challenged. Clyde, revolution is inevitable. History always repeats itself. Oh, it does. Yes, it does. Tardisius, did someone comment, fuck the cowbell? He actually, he's cool and all. He's got it edited, but I don't fucking care. Must be a Bernie patron or an AOC supporter, but definitely a Democrat. And yet he didn't ask for cowbell. I'm sorry. I have to. Tardisius is the reason that I have the cowbell, and I got the fever, and the fever means I need more cowbell. Everybody. Crazy Scotsman, whiskey babe, hell yeah. Scotsman, love you brother, no homo, let's touch tips. Yeah, I know, but I can just see the Crazy Scotsman. I thought you said you wanted to touch tips. Hey, that's nice. It's not exactly what I meant. And does that fucking seriously have a beard? Sharky, the read more button. Can't decide where to look. Classic revolver on the bench or a brew babe on the screen. Such nice curves on both of them. Yeah, the tits one. Damn, that's a rack of motorboat for days. Sharky, take care, Mr. Holster. Scott, I salute you and hope for a miracle. Sharky, at that spot, the flappy bit left on my lung and under the shoulder joint, and range 10 feet, I'll take the AR-15 over a 12 gauge with a buck or slug any time of the week. But having 30 minutes, I'd also throw on some ballistic plates. If I had any level 4 or even level 3, I certainly would kit up. EMT Rail fan, it's hard to enjoy all of these sexy brew babes with all of this sadness. Prayers for Mr. Holster and to Smile Money and their families. That's why I'm not even sure I even want to... I can't... I don't want to get all dramatic and say a friend of mine, my buddy Greg, a friend of his who we actually met during like AA or one of the addiction seminars or meetings or whatever, and he was in between jobs.
Here's some more shit for ya.
Hang on, there's some more shit for me. Is it another toilet?
No. Emergency meat rations. What? Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Thanks, Nihap.
Hey, you haven't been 100% right on all of those. Okay, good God. Okay, this just in.
No, I was thinking of for my shitter lights.
Hey, we need AAA batteries to truly...
What?
We need AAA batteries to truly enjoy those. I think there's some in the drawer.
No.
No. So, my buddy Greg made a friend. His name is Phil, and we needed a helper on a job, and he was like in between jobs, and came over and gave us a hand, and
What do you say to these people? Maybe they're shit like that.
she's a shitter. It's like,
That's an ugly shitter. What is this?
what?
Oh, stop it.
Looks like emergency ration meals. 14 meals in each box.
Is shit gonna hit the fan? Is there something I don't know about?
Well, with the shit going down in Virginia,
Not to mention the coronavirus.
yeah, in case we have to stay at home.
Yeah.
Could be coronavirus in here. It's got a little motion sensor, so as you come in, it lights up the can at night.
I have a nightlight and I don't like that.
I mean, considering the fact that you're like a freaking light freak, you never turn them off anywhere in the house. I figured you'd like them. Is it my turn to make dinner tonight? Starved to death. We're trying to get into my rations. $14 meals. This one is reduced sodium.
They're both reduced sodium.
Well, somebody knows that you don't do a lot of sodium, especially since the whole thyroid thing. This one is vegetable lasagna. This one is beef ravioli and meat sauce. This one is the same thing.
It's for you. That your name on it.
Vegetable lasagna. Oh, I see there's
Tootsie Roll.
even dessert in there. Heck yeah. This one's chili macaroni. You have this stupid look on your face, but something like this is exactly what we should be sitting on. And I'm not even kidding. If something were to go bad,
I'm concerned that somebody knows something and they're not saying anything because they're sending stuff to my house. Does this mean that shit's gonna hit the fan? What kind of shit's gonna hit the fan? When is it going to happen? Why would you just send something to somebody unless there was purpose behind it?
Well, or just being prepared. That's actually that's awesome. I mean, what says love and friendship more than survival? Let's get this look. Wanna go try this out?
No.
Little motion sensor.
No, I'm not putting that in my shitter.
That's right, because I am.
You're not. If you put that in there, I'll flush it down the toilet.
Yeah. Then you can pay the plumber to come retrieve it. Because Daddy ain't taking the shitter apart because you had to flush it.
I'll be like the little kid. I want to see it go down the toilet.
Okay. Oh, finish the story. So I found out today. While I was working with him, he was talking about his addictions and that he had been clean, and he had just gotten a job with a company right over here that makes high-end cutting boards, running a CNC machine, and found out today at the age of 35, he fell off the wagon and OD'd today. Gone. So, yeah, cheery.
Are you going to cook today?
No. I was just bluffing. Yeah. What do you want, ravioli or vegetable lasagna?
Get the fuck out of here. I have to be dying before I eat that.
Or, there's no other option.
Waiting for the zombie apocalypse.
See, you assume that it's one person. I can think of several people I've had this conversation with. One of them is our little Jer Bear. I know he's personally working on the Revolution survival kit.
You don't need just the survival. You also need a location.
That's right, David Brown's.
No.
We're going to David and Bunky's. High ground, teamed up, firepower, common goals, common people. I wouldn't be fucking hunkering down here by myself, I'm telling you that right now.
I wouldn't be hunkering anywhere near here.
Well, what if you don't have time to get out?
You prepare. Just like people prepare to send you shit, I can give a list of everything that I need to prepare to get the fuck out of here. I don't have the money to do it.
Sharky with the read more button. Living in the States, plus for guns, and in general, Americans are much nicer and more polite people than they are over here. But we have the French, so that's a great equalizer. -4. Well, distance in general. For me, everywhere in the country is at most a 2-hour drive. The rest I would have to experience as a while I've been to the States, I have never lived there. Winning the lottery would solve it all. Oh, Ultra Babe. Nice. Gun Wild with the last comment. A 3/4 inch piece of galvanized plumbing pipe is all you need for the barrel on a slam fire shotgun. Nice. Why does it have to be galvanized? I mean, can't it just be black steel? Asking for a friend. How about, this would be pricey, a 3/4 inch piece of national pipe thread in stainless steel? I think that's what I Carry one's was. Pretty sure his wasn't galvanized. Galvanized is just a coating, and when you start, you can't like polish it up. I don't fucking know. Okay. Wow. Where are we? Ooh. Oh! We gotta get out of here. I actually could beat an hour. It honestly does remind me of Bent Paddle Double Black. It has that nice. And I'm not a huge, like, gigantic fan of vanilla. That's fucking awesome. I don't know. I've had, like I said, I've had this conversation about survival packs and being able to feel prepared. I think that's great, and I think probably better than leaving them in the boxes is to load them all up in one of the packs. And what size was that last one? I'd have to see. I'd at a bare minimum stock one all up as part of the get out bag. Again, I honestly, I think this is a hitter up on Locked and Loaded, and Locked and Loaded, by the way. I'm not going to do a brew review. Actually, it'll be a flask the next time, but I'm not going to do a brew review tomorrow. The girls' party is Saturday, and she has asked for me to help get things finalized. But Locked and Loaded tomorrow night is basically going to be a sampling of the drinks that she has selected for the girls' party. So if we can get her liquored up a little before the show starts. But I would like to expand upon these comments that she made, because, she acts like, what if it is the, 30 minutes to something bad is happening, or by the time you hear this, they've shut down all of the roads, and driving is just not even an option. And I'm sorry, me and David have talked about this. Bunky, I don't know if you've been privy to this exercise or not, but knowing how she is, I'm sure she would be more the merrier when it comes to like-minded people that will be arriving with firearms and ammunition and survival food. But I'm, the bottom line is if I was in my 20s, man, I'd have some kick-ass looking, like my buddy Josh, Urban Arms, do up a fucking brand new Toyota with the ability to air up and lose air and go off road and have electricity and blah 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 and all this. But I don't have that. I don't have that as an option. I have stay here and stand my ground, and it makes more sense to stand my ground with other people. So I personally 100% agree with David. Their location, higher ground. It's honestly a beautiful house, and the downside is there's a lot of glass. But a little bit of time and some AR 500 plate steel and a semi delivery and a crew of 20 or 30 people, we could get that bitch all up and bulletproof. But just kidding. It's like I said, the bottom line is if I was in my 20s and I had the money to spend on doing up a rig, I would if I could afford to right off of the bat. Will Patriot, he has done videos for EM protection. You can do a EM pulse protection system for your house. You can do an EM pulse protection system for your vehicles. You're looking at $300, at least $300 to protect your vehicle. But yeah, David Brown. If you hear me say this, I'll try to remember to have this conversation with you. And I fully believe that we are fully in times where shit could go bad. And if we are bugging out to your location, and there's any chance that the grid stays up, see, in the event of an EM pulse, though, at least you can protect the house. And the bottom line is to be able to have a Generac or generator system for the David and Bunky bunker. The David and Bunky bunker. To have a EM pulse protection system and a generator to, maybe you want to, you make sure the lights on the outside aren't there to transmit that, hey, these people, because, Jerry went through the same thing, and maybe Joey, I don't remember if you got a generator system, but I know Jerry did. A lot of his neighbors were like, oh, all of a sudden they were getting to the point where Jerry was actually worried he was going to have to stand his ground for a moment there, because when the power went out and through the storms, Jerry's generator came on and kept his house, warm and the refrigerator running, so they still had food and they could still cook. And they had lights, where the rest of the neighborhood was all dark. Maybe make it so that, more internal stuff. Again, there's a lot of windows. But yeah, there's a lot of food for thought, and like I said, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist or a doomsayer, but I would rather have the guns and ammunition and food and wherewithal and be able to bug out to David and Bunky's location and talk about it and plan for it and have it never happen. Have it never happen. As opposed to have it happen and none of us are prepared for what could happen. So, me and David have already had conversations of the what if. We just need to keep talking about it and plan for it. Again, if I was bugging out, I'd rather bug out in right now without following the speed limit. I can be to the David and Bunky bunker in about 5 to 10 minutes tops. Now I've taken that route, David, on the motorcycle, and I could be from here to there in probably under 2.5 minutes. But we still need to get the food and the guns and ammo there. As we move to the Two-Hearted Ale Ed Club Vanilla Black Note Stout. A vanilla stout aged in bourbon barrels. Not really, getting a little bit of the oakiness, but not really anything else. A malty harmony of dark chocolate. Espresso, getting the coffee. The dried fruit notes, getting that. Aged in freshly retired oak bourbon barrels. I'm not getting any of that. Aimed squarely at stout aficionados, Black Note makes a grand statement about the art of the dark. This version is aged with Madagascar vanilla beans for a sweeter, creamier twist. 2015 Bent Paddle Double Black. I'd have to open the two of them and drink them side by side, but yeah, it's overall, it's damn good. There's just something that I'm missing about it, as far as just really being that big kick in the ass. So I'm going with a 9.5. That's close to a 10, but I'm going with a 9.5. Did I miss a comment? I thought I remember seeing something pop up in my, oh, maybe it was an older one. Stephen Bush, the FDE, the 80, and I put the hashtag Be Like Ed in it. Now if the way it was, a little tarnished, which it will be all over again, it looked, at a bare minimum, it looked like the barrel, because the barrel actually looks a little bit shinier than the hood, but yeah, it pretty much looked just like that. So looks good on there. Like I said, I don't know if it's the final resting place or not. I don't know what the total plans are for this. I have to say, in all the rounds that I've put through this, I do truly enjoy shooting this. And of course, it's ready. I'm not sure what this configuration works out to be. If it's if it's set for one company's red dot to be on there or not. But I do like it just the way it is. It has a, in a way, some of these Poly 80 lowers, these frames are nicer than a Glock. Oh, for you Glock people. Yeah, I like this guy. And again, some of you have liked this. A lot of people thought I think it was a little bit too busy. How did this come to be? I sent this to Jay at Elite Ammunition and gave him nothing. I told him he could do whatever he wanted. And yeah, it's funky as all get out. But the more I look at it, honestly, the more I enjoy it. And there's just something about the twisted shit that goes on in Jay's brain, which is why I exclusively trust Jay to my firearms. I mean, again, how many people, they're not the cheapest firearm on the planet. Actually, the two most expensive pistols that I have in my collection, I sent to Jay with little to no. The FN, that went there because it was supposed to get the full elite treatment, which it did. The only thing that really went down at that point in time was skulls or the blueprint that's on it right now. And Cobra was a huge fan of the skulls. And Cobra, I'm not saying that, it's still possible. It could go back out and it could get dunked again and turn it to skulls. It is what it is. More than likely, I'd just get another one, like one of the new generations, and do something up. It'd kind of be fun to take one of those and kind of do a sort of a race gun thing. In other words, put like a red dot on it. They're just such a pleasure to shoot. Just such a pleasure to shoot guns. And then when you combine it with Jay's ammunition, pick anything he has, but especially the T6Bs. So that's this guy. Here we go, clicking the button, and we got Joey, Cobra, Joey, and Nyap. Joey first. Haven't seen a comment from the Man Cave Matt in a while. Why? Why did you even have to say that? Real Cold Burnout sure is too hard at Ed Club. The week is flying by. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I've made this comment. It is truly kicking it. Yeah. And Jay, because I know a lot of you. I'm not centering out just Jay. I know a lot of you literally watch this from start to finish. I appreciate that. But Jay, I know Jay does because Jay is busy right now working on some firearm, and hopefully again, there's nothing I would want more than if I won the lottery, Elite Ammunition. Fucking set that shit up. The only part is I'll drop millions into the company to make Elite Ammunition the #1 stopping point for anything 5.7, and then gun stuff. To have Jay work on your firearms, Jay, it's truly a privilege. You are a fucking master when it comes to guns. you have anything special you need to get done, at least talk to Jay and see if it's something that he can or has time to do. Just fuck. But yeah, Jay, if ever get the chance to zip down there again, maybe me and Christopher could come visit again, or if you get the chance to come up here, not in a plane, but actually come up here. I'm working on more stuff for you, because it's your call first. It's always your call first, and then troop stuff. You know, I'm looking at several things. A nice camp axe. I don't even know if you even consider it a camp axe. You could probably survive off the thing. But yeah, okay. Joey Cuz, nope. Can't blame me this month for the battle box sucking ass. NIHAP whiskey, spelt properly, multi-gunman. Hang on, I gotta check if this is what time? I'll get back to you. Oh my God, Jules! If you actually showed up, I don't see how that's I don't see how that's even possible. So NIHAP says whiskey. Well, right now I have a. Now I'm gonna take this upstairs with me. If NIHAP was here, what would he want? Beacon. Small batch bourbon whiskey. New York. Corn, rye, and barley. Cobra. Ultra premium. And this has been a bottle to savor. Again, probably. Oh, sorry, my Sharky. Probably the most smooth bourbon whiskey, anything. At this proof level, I would have never guessed that it's what it is. Oh, and now, except for the fact that if you were to pour this into an open wound, you'd probably scream like a little girl. At that point, it shows its proof level. But oof, it's kind of like the Satan sauce version of bourbons. It brings all that flavor first, and it just doesn't have the nasty kick that you would somewhat expect at that level. Gonna hit the Stalker Steve button just one time. I can see though. I can see where this is going. Stalker Steve invites me to come on to his live chat, and Saturdays just I don't know what it is. I totally crash. Steve, if you hear this, I apologize for all my no-shows. You know, Mikey invites me and I show up to like 99% of them. But it seems like Friday tomorrow, you know, I'm still going. I just, you know, I'm last week I think I was still up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. I just you know, I was getting kind of tired during Mikey's show. You know, that's the problem. Maybe I need to drink more during Locked and Loaded, and I could have a little bit more fun over on Mikey's show. Last week, I was just like, yeah, I was like total crash. But yeah, it's like Saturdays have been like the day to crash and recharge the batteries before doing it for another week. I mean, Steve, I have been in bed shortly after Christine's show starts. Last week, I didn't even listen to her show. I went to sleep. And it wasn't because of her show. Christine does an awesome job. I'm proud of her. You know, start locked and loaded and get that whole, you just sit around and just talk, and then all of a sudden, it's like she decides to, John and me and Jim and a few of us decide to get her to start a show, and next thing you know, she's gotten the attention of Spreaker, and they want her doing the Miss B, and the last time I even heard, there was more than 2,000 people following her daily on there. So, extremely proud, like so proud. It would be nice if that kicked to the point where I could just sit at home all day and like count money. Come on, baby, you can do it. I mean, the bottom line is John Solar does so much for the shows and his dedication, and it would be nice if something good would finally happen and the shit started paying for itself just to reimburse John for all that he has invested. I mean, the monetary part of his investment. He's invested daily, mind-wise. Okay, guys. Cheers. We will see you Saturday during. She's recording a Quickie with Miss B. Again, follow her show. It helps with the numbers. Share it. Share it with other people. I mean, her and John, there's no profanity. There's, they don't do politics. They try to just make it stuff that makes you laugh. And it's kind of, for me, it's a 14 to 20 minute escape every single day. The job I'm doing right now is actually a little bit closer, and it's like, I was able from the time I left, and I'm in another state. I was able to leave the job and be in my parking spot as she hit the halftime commercial. I'm like, shit. So please, I'll put a link. If you're not following Quickie with Mz B, it's some funny shit. Yeah, I know. I got a vested interest because that's my wife. She's she look. See, that's why that on the Ms. Bomey Zone, the picture is sideways. That's because Christine looks at things completely different than it seems like normal people do. Wade, we're both lucky motherfuckers.